over here, especially on defense. So yeah, so I start the round playing Ana, because my friend and I decided we're gonna Nano Blade this fight on attack. But then we realized that they have a Mei and a Junk, so he went far right away, and I told him that I would go Mercy when I died. Oh, this death was dumb. I missed my second shot. I should not have missed my second shot. And I died to the Mei. So, that was dumb. And then I immediately swapped to Pharah. I mean, I think to Mercy. After that when I died. So yeah, so just kind of to go over this death, because this death was stupid. So Mercy, it's a lot easier to flick your view, but when you're playing someone like Baptiste or Ana or Zen or something that requires shooting to heal, or you're actively shooting at the enemies, it's a lot harder to look around you, but it's still something that's very important. So here, this is kind of a little further back, so I was going to go Mercy, but then I decided just to wait. That's why I backed up that way a little bit. So I'm over here. Junkrat's there. I slept him. So what should have happened is I should have called for maybe... They were all kind of preoccupied in the fight. I could have asked the Pharah to turn and look. That could have helped. Yeah, if I would have asked, like, hey, Pharah, look near Ana. There's a sleeping Junkrat. So as Ana, if you sleep someone... Why is this beeping? Anyways, if you sleep someone as Ana and you're not confident in the Ana combo to kill, which is shoot, nade, shoot, punch, not confident you're going to hit that with Ana squishy, then I would ask an enemy for help, which I should have done, and I would have survived, probably. I would have survived. But the Mei was also flanking, and that's what killed me in the end. But yeah, so that was my fault. I should have hit my second shot, which I missed, which is sad. And I should have called for help. As a support, communication is key. I thought he was going to jump at the room, which is why I led my shot that way, but he didn't for some reason. But we still won the fight. And then I think I swapped to Mercy. Oh, no I didn't. No I didn't. Yeah, I did.
Objective lost.
But then I think because it was overtime, the Pharah, which was my friend, he said he was gonna go Bastion, stay on cart as Bastion. So a good synergy with Bastion as a support is Baptiste, so I swapped to Bap. But he dies right away. I could have saved him with my Immortality Field, which is what I probably should have done. But this is a Let's see. Okay, through that, saved the Zarya. So that was big. I saved the Zarya at least. Zarya was at least allowed to contest for a bit. Now the Doom is contesting. It's looking a little sloppy, but my friend kind of popped off, killed 2. We had earlier spawn to them, so that was a big help. So yeah, so then I push up as Bap with our Wrecking Ball. Try to help him, but he eventually backs off, so I just like, oh no, he dies. So like, oh, whatever. So then I kind of back up with my team. So right here, so this is where the fight's gonna get really hectic. And I'm half proud of what I did with my reaction times, but also I could have been positioned a lot better to allow myself not to die. And if your supports don't die, then hopefully the rest of your team doesn't die, so you can sustain them longer. So it's gonna get hectic, so I might pause it often. So it's overtime. they really didn't want us to get to this payload point. So they're going to probably use like all their ults just to try to stop us, which is what they do. So right away, we don't have a shield tank. So Rhine shatters, gets a fat 3-man shatter. That's everyone except for the supports. McCree high noons to try to kill them. This is what I'm proud of myself. So I knew McCree was going to high noon for the shattered people. And I knew that he was also looking at me. And I couldn't get behind cover in time because it would A, it might have been able to save me, but B, all 3 of these players would have died. So what I did was I threw my immortality field and walked in it. So all of us didn't die from McCree's high noon or the shatter. So this is where I was pretty proud of myself and my decision making and quick reaction time. So I throw my immortality field and I get in this room. Luckily, surprisingly, McCree high noon still didn't hit me because I was able to run in this room in time. But as you can tell, all of these 3 people would have died. So pretty proud of that. And then the Moira uses her ball. I use my regenerative burst to get them up to fighting HP. And then this is where my positioning could have been better. So I kind of just chilled back here. I kind of chilled near the steps, kind of over here, just trying to like heal my team. I didn't want to directly be on cart because obviously I would have just gotten Ryan hammered and that would have been dumb. But I think what the smarter play would have been was to use my exo boots and jump up here. And this would have been so much better. The only person that would have been able to contest me was a Lucio if he really wanted to climb up here for some reason. Or the McCree. And if the McCree was shooting at me, I could have just backed up a little bit to avoid his shots. And just kind of like chilled maybe even like over here on the ledge to still be able to heal my team that was contesting cart. So I didn't do that, but I stayed alive for quite a long time because my positioning was okay, it just wasn't the best. So I stayed chill over here. Our Reaper ults get a pretty fat ult, so it's still pretty winnable. So yeah, so right here, I kind of pushed up, and there's a reason for pushing up actually here. Because Sigma ult will take you off the cart's radius where the overtime clock will like diminish. So I pushed up out of the Sigma to contest cart while people were still in the air. And so that was smart of me, but I still could have done that if it was up if I was up here. If I know the Sigma was ulted, I could have just dropped down to contest cart and then exo booted back up once they were down. And that's what I probably should have done. And right when they came back down, I could have used my shift ability while I was on the ground with them, but I don't know if it was on cooldown or not. So I might have actually done. Okay, so I died there. So that death could have been stopped had I, yeah, the Rhine charge killed me. Had I been up here right after. And if I was alive, I could have kept this ball alive maybe. And I could have kept everyone else contesting card alive. So, yeah, so that was an unfortunate death for me. And then after, once I died, people eventually started dying, and we kind of C9, but also it was a lost fight anyways, I think. Yeah, our Moira, I think, like, lagged, which is why she was staying. So yeah, it kind of sucked how it ended, because he was a meteor striking and went back down, and the Zarya was coming in, and then I was coming back in on Lucio, just trying to get there as fast as I could. So yeah. So I'm half proud of my Baptiste play. So Baptiste is one of the heroes I don't play as often in the support category. And if I want to climb to Diamond from Plat, I think a big thing I need to work on is the heroes that I don't play as much. So not only mastering Mercy, Moira, and Ana, which is who I play the most, but also mastering the heroes I don't play the most. Like Lucio and Baptiste are probably the two I want to focus really heavy on next. Zenyatta is also really good because his ult is really good, but I think Lucio provides more utility for the team. That if I had to pick between the two off supports, I would probably pick Lucio. Once I get to his, like, he has a low skill floor, but a really high skill ceiling. And I want to be able to utilize his kit to his fullest, so that's definitely one of the heroes, Lucio and Baptiste, I want to really work on. But yeah, I was proud of my Baptiste play there for the most part, especially except for the end. It was pretty hectic, pretty sloppy, but if I would have survived, we might have been able to push it even further. So yeah.